Fansu Daniel. Hey, congratulations on your new film, Stand Your Ground.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know what? This is a type of film that is a guilty pleasure that we love to watch on a Friday and Saturday night. We just gotta love that action films here. So let me start with you, Fansu. Tell us why you want to initially direct Stand Your Ground.
Yeah, I mean, it was actually, the challenge to make a film about, this special law that's only found in the US. And it's very new. It was actually very new for me. In Europe and in Sweden, there's nothing like Stand Your Ground. So it was very nice, to dig deeper in, what could actually that mean in this case.
Well said. Daniel, tell us about what drew you that you wanted to play the part of Jack Johnson.
So we had, I like the concept. I really like the concept. So, I saw there was a lot of interesting meat in this script where you have the concept of with a good title, you have this character, and then I was just you had the development of this character with all the action, and it really suits something I was looking for. And then when you start digging into it, then you start going deep into the script and figure out the direction you want to go with things. But for me, I love action movies. I love all of this. I'm probably inspired with all of this 80s and 90s. So there was a lot of meat in this script that I liked, and then I spoke with Fansu because we made a film before, Last Man Down, and yeah, we said let's go for this.
I also thought that Last Man Down was a terrific film. I also saw that one too. So, Fansu, you're no stranger to action. So, how did you want to do Stand Your Ground differently from your previous action films?
I mean, it's more, story driven with different characters. And I wanted to try and also explore like how can I make like a modern Western film? Almost like, or almost a question, what if Sergio Leone made Home Alone, an R-rated version of that? So that's more or less, the concept I had in my mind when I made a film, because everything is circling around his house and the character building traps and stuff. So that was my approach to the film.
Great. Daniel, tell us about the preparation in this film here, because you've done many action films in the past, and I'm pretty sure that you keep up with your preparation because you don't your physique doesn't look like it missed a beat.
Yeah, I'm again. It come back to I love doing action films, and you probably know I'm a sports guy. I came from bodybuilding. And in bodybuilding, you just need to be in good shape and maintain and take care of yourself all the time because be ready for the next competition. This is very much part of my life. So the way I prepare for anything is like I did for bodybuilding competition. You have this, and because I do all this action, there's so much action. I do a lot of the stunts myself. In this film, I think I did all the stunts myself. I need to be in a top shape. I see it like I need to be like a top performer. So I have a lot of prep, physical prep, but I do it anyway. Kind of. I'm going to the gym every day, whatever I'm shooting a film or not. But it's yeah. I fine tune my diet, my training. I start doing some stunt training with the guys again, to get the movements in your body. And then I start digging into the script. Um, I'm also part of the producing team. So, as you probably know, there's a lot of things to do as a producer. I have a lot of thing I have to take care of on the side. But let's say the three, no, let's say the month before, even if I do both parts, I really start digging into the script. And a lot of the techniques I'm using, I learned from Ivana Chubbuck. So I went over to Los Angeles to study with Ivana Chubbuck in Los Angeles. So I use a lot of her technique in the way I approach the acting performance. But at the same time, you have when this is independent film, so it means you have limitation on budget and number of days you're shooting. So you end up having so many scenes every day, and then you have some action, you have some acting. You go from an action scene, you go into an acting performance, emotion scene, and it's the big part. I really prepare a lot of the smaller transition scenes. I have to improvise a little bit because it's just not enough time in it. You shoot 12 hours. You have to rehearse a little bit. You need to go to the gym after. You're gonna sleep. You know, so there's not enough time while you shoot. You need to prioritize how you approach it. So, but I find a way of doing it that works for me.
Do you enjoy doing your own stunts, Daniel?
I love it. This is like being a kid again. I'm doing this because I'm a kid in a big body. It's like I still love when you did the sword fighting and you were making the cabins in the trees. I'm still there sometimes. This is why I'm making movies. I do the thing I dreamed about as a child. And a lot of the things was doing all this action stuff. I had a lot of energy in my body when I was young. I loved to do this small fighting with my mates, and all these things. So you can do it on a as an adult.
Fansu, tell us about the advantage of having your lead actor doing their own stunts on a film like this, because you work with a lot of different stunt people, especially in
Yeah,
this film.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, as Daniel mentioned, this is the second film together, so I was used of having Daniel's, capacity. So, and that really made, my life easier, to have the same person that can do all the stunts. So that's, I mean, it was really great. So it's, and the flow, even though we had a new team, a different team from, the last film, it was so much easier now, we had our experience from the last film and then added to this new, adventure and story.
Now, Fancy, on the stunt team here, I always love action films, especially the fact on the magic behind with the stunt team, because in order for this to work, the stunt team has to be choreographed perfectly, and you really captured that Chad Stahelski, John Wick style of using, I want to say using the same stuntmen with because you're hidden with the mask and
Mm.
cycling through so many people. Can you talk about the stunt team?
Yeah, I mean, we had, they had a lot of, rehearsal, so that, with previs and everything, and we went through the structure based on the script, and then also what kind of style. I'm very, I grew up with, John Woo films and stuff, and that was something that I really wanted to, inspire this film. So we had this different, styles and approaches, and then, when we came to set, we just, realized that, this is perfect structure, and based, on having only the house, it was very nice and also very challenging as well, to try to use, you know, those or that, small space, but to make it interesting, because that's the big challenge in a small house, So that was a very nice challenge, and it's always nice, to try to have that challenge, especially also, as me as a director, I also, edit all my films. So having that combination with the stunt people made it much easier as well.
Daniel, I know, Peter and Eric is your co-stars in this, but the stunt team is very, very much your co-stars. And
Yeah.
can you tell us about working with such a professional stunt team? And it's almost like a choreographed dance with them.
So when I started doing on this journey into movies about a little bit more than 10 years ago, I came over to the UK and I started doing stunt training. And the stunt coordinator of this movie happened to be one of the guys I started training with a little bit more than 10 years ago. So we've known each other for a long time, and this was an opportunity of us to work together on a film. So I knew some of these guys from the days we all came into the industry, and we've been friends since, you know. So I knew at least the stunt coordinator. We had a lot. We had a good pass together, and so it's yes, it's like being sometimes I feel like I'm a part of the stunt team, you know, because when we do all this action, it's like band of brothers, you know. You go to war together, you get injured together, you win together, and all these things, you know. And with the stunt teams is a little bit the same because we do all this action. We take risks sometimes a little bit, you know, within the safety of safety frames we have, you know, and we have a lot of fun. So yes, it's very special to work with them because I done so much training with them in the past, and now we finally did a film together. In this case, my friend as a stunt coordinator and myself as a lead, but also when I do my own stunt as a part of their stunt team almost.
Wow. And Fansu, you mentioned before about the challenges of the house because the house itself is a character in your film.
Yeah.
Tell us about the house. Was it a produced set, or did you actually find a house that you had permission to destroy?
It's actually a combination. So all the interiors is on in a film studio, and then the exterior, yes, because we shot in England, and it's everything takes place in the US. We had to build parts of the house, the exteriors.
And what about shooting at night or in the dark? What was that a challenge for you, especially for your cinematographer, because of all this action and explosions and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. But it wasn't that big challenge. I mean I mean it was quite natural way and very straightforward. And especially having explosions in dark scenes is it's very nice. It looks great.
Great. And for the both of you, what was it like working with Peter Stormare and Eric Roberts in this film?
You fancy?
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
I can
me.
start. I can start. Yeah. So I mean, let's start with Peter. It was really amazing to work, with an actor with that caliber. And the nice part for me, as a director, is that it was very like one two takes, and it was perfect each time. The same with Eric. Both of them have they have so much experience, so it was really that flow and that experience was really something that I could really experience the first time with that caliber. So it was, yeah, it was a really dream came true.
Daniel, last words.
I loved working with him. Of course, Peter had more screen time, so he was more on film set than Eric. So, but I would say about Peter, what is amazing with him is, yes, everyone know he's a great actor, but he's a guy when he commit to project, he commit to a project, meaning he's there as a part of the team, 100%. You know, if we have to do something more than planned, he's there. He's just, he even step in if we have to. So Peter is amazing on a personal level, but also the way he worked with us. You know, he's there to he support us. He come with good advices, and all these things. So um, yeah, I'm very happy with it, and I hope we do something together soon again.
Well said. Well, both of you, both of you gentlemen, thank you very much for Speaking to us about Stand Your Ground. This is a delightful film. And my favorite scene is when Daniel picked up that Gatling gun. Man, that was a terrific scene. So thank you very much
Glad.
for speaking to us.
Thank you.